Oh, okay. How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made it back, I'll bring back. Better get this work. I lied to you during the break. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. No, it ain't. It ain't hard to say goodbye to yesterday. No, 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 it is not. Welcome back. You're tuned in to Sports Talk with Big Sarge right here on Raise the Praise 100 346 355 0100 is the number to call in right here on Pete Thursday. Follow me on Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Listen to us on RaiseThePraise100.com or download the app at Raise the Praise 100. You may have noticed that there's some excitement in my voice right now. You may have noticed that my energy level is on 1,000. Because I'm normally always hyped. You know what I mean? Well, it depends on who you're talking to. Because if you're talking to Brian's going to talk to you like this because, but when you're talking to Big Sarge talk like this. Now, it is Pete Thursday, right here on Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I'm your host, Big Sarge. In the bags with me, I have
Young Cody,
a.k.a. I need some more energy. AKA
Slim Jimmy Timmy,
AKA
4 for 4,
AKA
we on Friday,
AKA
sometimes on Saturday,
AKA
the Twitter Terror,
AKA
Tiger King.
Do it, Cody.
No, I should ring the bell instead.
Oh, listen. There's a reason why I played it so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Because if you've been listening to Sports Talk with Big Sarge, either on this station or at the previous stations, you know that there's a certain person that's a Philadelphia 76ers fan. And that Philadelphia 76ers fan loves to say we. He loves to say us. He's like all of us. But on last night, he wanted to say them.
They.
Do you not realize that I record every show, young Cody? In every segment.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Mm-hmm. So do you know how many times I have you on video saying we? We. So on last night, young Cody, y'all lost to the Atlanta Hawks. The Philadelphia 76ers lost to the Atlanta Hawks 109 to 106. Now, let me tell you why this feels so good. Young Cody. You know, when Chrissy and I be talking and we find something that's good to eat, we be like, this is so good. This is so good. It's about to be so good. No, because actually we were watching a winning franchise in the Houston Astros.
That's right.
I was covering the game and she was at the game with her daughter. So, young Cody. But I did get a chance to see because you know what? They got these little devices called cell phones, right? And on the cell phone, they got these little things called apps. And on the apps, they let you watch stuff. So I got an app on my phone that's directly connected to my cable box at the crib. And then I can just cut it on and be like, oh, the game is on. Let me click on that. Voila! Look at that.
So far.
Young Cody, you know why I'm about to give you this work? Because you say you don't think you deserve it. Because one, young Cody, hold on, let me fix this. Fix this other camera so the people can see. All right, So one, young Cody, is because, listen, young Cody, I don't like to toot my own horn. Toot, toot. Young Cody, I don't like to toot my own horn, young Cody. But I told you this. I told you that the team that you root for are a bunch of underachievers, and they have a coach who is an underachiever. For those of you all who have been living under a rock and don't know what's going on, for the second game in a row, the Philadelphia 76ers have given up a 20-plus point lead and lost the game. And young Cody, let me tell you why you about to get this work and why I'm so happy to give it to you. Because I told you, hey man, when they was up, just like the game prior, because you hard-headed. You one of them, y'all, you not a millennial, what they call y'all? Gen Zs or something? You one of them new age kids. You don't understand. And by the fact that you don't understand, you're like, I feel attacked because I don't understand. What do you mean you feel attacked because you don't understand? Young Cody, did you not learn from, what was that, game 5 last night? Yes. Yeah. Did you not learn from game 4? Because you started tweeting and talking a lot of trash when y'all were up, or y'all, yes, I'm using y'all today, when y'all were up by 26 points. You talked a lot of trash. You even tried to bring me into a conversation that I didn't have no parts of. You tried to make me say, you tried to make it seem as if I said Clint Capella should have been most improved player and that he could hold Joel Embiid. And I said, young Cody, I did not say that. But I think at that point, you were just looking to try to poke at me and pick at me because you wanted some dialogue from me, right? You really was trying to start something so you could talk trash, right?
I genuinely thought that you thought. I genuinely thought.
Really?
I genuinely did. Who would you? I forget who you were saying was supposed to be the most improved player. He was like, I don't think.
I said I don't think Julius Randle could have got it only because he raised his scoring. I forgot who I said should have gotten it. But I know, listen, hold on. To be totally fair, I did say that Clint Capella should have been thrown in there because of what he did. Didn't he lead the league in rebounding? He led the league in rebounding, and he played a whole lot better. He helped that Hawks team. He led them to the play. I never said he was better than Joel Embiid, though. Never said that. Matter of fact, what I said was he was crazy for saying what he said. But, I mean, now that we're looking back at it, young Cody, he could have had a point. Like, we dogged Clint Capella out, but last night when I'm watching the game, Joel Embiid did get tired. And when he got tired, what happened? They started to go down, down, down. Young Cody, do you want me to stop? Would you like to say something before I continue?
Like, oh no, this is the funniest thing that happened yesterday was I think I tweeted something like 2 games in a row you lose 20 points. How could that even? You're the Clippers, you're the new Clippers or something. I said something like that. I said, and Ty was like, it's all Doc Rivers' fault. And I was like, well, what adjustments could he have made? And Ty was like, fire Doc Rivers.
Wait, who is Ty? Tell us who Ty is.
Todd.
Todd. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Todd, even though I'm trying to, he won't. You know what, Cody, during the break, go to Twitter and tell Todd he needs to call in.
Really?
What? No, he doesn't need to call in? I want to talk to him about University of Texas football.
Sure. Yeah. We'll start off with that.
All right, so anything else you need to, get off your chest before I start going in, or do you just want to respond when I talk? You know what, though? You go ahead, young Cody. This is a safe space. Go ahead.
This is safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my team is not the 76.
No, you don't get to jump off the ship that easy.
Oh, no. The thing is,
they're going to win. Go ahead, say it. You want to say it.
If they win a championship.
You said 6 and 6.
I could not care.
You said 6 and 6.
I did say 6. The thing is, I still look at both of those teams, and I'm like, the Sixers are way more. You have to be honest with yourself. Look at both teams and say to yourself, let's say Joel Embiid and Trae Young cancel each other out, right?
I can't.
Who would you pick? Would you pick John Collins or Tobias Harris on your team? You want Seth Curry or do you want?
I would take Tobias Harris only because Tobias Harris has longevity over John Collins. I've seen more when he's playing. So okay, yes,
Seth Curry or Bogey?
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich.
I'm taking Bogdanovich.
Okay.
That's the one that came from the Kings, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm taking him.
I to be honest,
wait a minute.
I think the team.
No,
I think the 76ers are better.
No,
This is my opinion.
not gonna let that happen.
I just think the 76ers are better.
Not gonna let that happen.
But they
mention
lost,
Ben
so
Simmons. Give me my opportunity to say Ben Simmons.
I was trying to find a player. There's no other player on the team that I would take over.
Look, you should say Ben Simmons or
the trash can.
Nate McMillan in his prime. Ben Simmons, the person who worked at the concession stand.
I would take Sam Cassell right now. I would put Sam Cassell in the game right now.
Hey, look.
I would trade Ben Simmons for Kenny Smith right now with his legs like that.
Ben Simmons or Charles Barkley? Wait, Fat Charles Barkley? Yes, right now. Ooh. How you gonna leave out Ben Simmons? Ain't he the second best player? Then he got a max contract like it, right? You're not Cody. We don't do that right here on Sports Talk with Big Sarge. Well, Big Sarge not gonna let it happen.
I would take James Harden, the terrible game that James Harden had. I would take that terrible game from James Harden because I know they couldn't foul James Harden.
I would take Granville Waiters over Ben Simmons. You don't even know who that is.
I have
Alan Level.
Honestly, we could cut Ben Simmons.
World Be Free. You know who World Be Free is? That's an actual player. Over Ben Simmons. Now, before I get to Ben, which I stood right here and told you, I did a show one day and I said Ben Simmons was overrated, but you and I agreed last week about Ben Simmons, but I even told you, young Cody, why is it? You know who Ben Simmons is, and we're going to get to this. I want you to remember this, though. Bring this back into remembrance later on in the show, okay? Ben Simmons should just go ahead and embrace his inner Dennis Rodman. I don't know why he won't. You know what I mean by that? He's a specialty player. Embrace being a specialty player, Ben Simmons. Just embrace that. Embrace the fact that you're just good on defense. Listen, when Robin, huh? Did you watch that in the fourth quarter? Oh, hold on, yeah, Kobe.
Trae Young was destroying.
So here's the thing. But wait, hold on. Did I not tell you that that's what Trae Young was going to do, though? I need to fix my camera.
But at least if you're going to miss 10 free throws, if you're not going to shoot the ball in the second half, if you're not going to do any of that, you at least have to be able to defend.
Defend what? Yeah. Okay.
Defend anything. Apply. Trae Young. Anybody.
So
be physical with them. Like you have 6 fouls. Use them.
Then Cody, this is not the same thing you were telling me when I told you that Ben Simmons not Thibault could hold Trae Young. I told you that, didn't I? And what did you tell me? You told me, well, look at the points that Trae Young is scoring when Ben Simmons is holding him. It's just going to take him a little time to get adjusted. Ben Simmons got like 6 inches over him and a long reach. So he has to just learn, okay, I'm going to adjust. And when I adjust, then. But Trae Young has too much in his bag to allow Thibault and Ben Simmons to hold him without hacking. They play good defense. They don't play good defense against active players like that. When have you known Ben Simmons to play against good defense against active players like that? James Harden be putting Ben Simmons in a spin cycle.
Even though Danny Green got cooked, I said Ben Simmons does not do well in small guards.
But you said right here and said how ineffective Trae Young was when Ben Simmons was on him. You just going day by day, right? Man, I ain't give you no excuses. You can kill that noise. That's what's not going to happen.
I mean, better luck next year. That's all I'm saying.
But hold on. Get back to your original point. You're trying to say.
I think they're equal in talent.
Okay.
I think that if you don't want to say the 76ers are better, I would say I could not get up on this mic and be like, I think the Atlanta Hawks team is better. I don't think their team is better. I think they just play better. I don't think the Atlanta Hawks are better.
You're going by name. Stop going, remove the names, right? Okay. So let's remove the names and let's just, you know what? Let's go ahead real quick. Let's do this comparison. Who plays point guard for the Sixers?
Go by position.
Yeah. Who?
We would say Ben Simmons is the point guard.
And so who's the point guard for the Hawks?
I would say Trae.
You'll say Trae Young, or it is Trae Young?
I would take Trae Young.
Okay. So Ben Simmons versus Trae Young. Okay. So hold on. I'm gonna pull this up because I can pull up the starts because I don't know who starts for everybody who starts for them. Okay. So who plays shooting guard for
Seth
Curry?
Bogey plays for
yes. No. Werther. Herter. So we'll definitely take Seth Curry over him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who plays power forward for the 76ers?
All
right. And John Collins plays for taking Tobias for longevity. I've seen more, but John Collins is up and coming. Yeah, right now. All right. So who plays small forward?
Well, we'll say for this game, we'll say court mod. It's usually Danny, but I think I would take Bogey either way, either one of them.
And then center, we know Joel Embiid.
So that's 3.
So,
and we haven't even gotten to the bench with Lou Williams, Gallinari, all those guys.
I'm not even going there because I've already told you this. I'm not even going there with you because I told you that their bench was better, and I told you why. Now, this is where I'm going to go before we go to the break. We said all of that. We said who we take by position, who we think was, more talented, and, we don't think that Ben Simmons can outshoot the water cooler. I think that maybe one of the locker room attendants can beat him in a jump shooting contest, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about Ben Simmons a little bit later on. Young Cody, where do you think the difference lies in between the 76ers and the Hawks?
What do you mean?
Go ahead and say it. What is the X factor when it comes to the Hawks and the 76ers? Don't worry, I'll wait.
What think is you prefer?
Nope. Come on, young Cody. You don't want to say it because you don't want Sarge to be right. Go ahead, I'm waiting.
Are you about to say the coaching? Is that what you're
Am I about to say the coaching?
Is that what you're alluding to?
That's what I'm going to say.
Well, I could point out multiple things that the Hawks do better.
But the X factor is the coaching.
I still think with Nate McMillan would be like Ben Simmons in the game, Ben Simmons out of the game. It doesn't matter if he's in the game or out of the game. It's still gonna come out the same situation. Because if you take him out of the game, then you got nobody to defend on the other end. If you put him in the game, then they're just gonna foul.
So it's all about matchups, right? And where it's clear that Nate McMillan knows more X's and O's than Doc Rivers. Glenn Rivers knows, right? Doc Rivers. I told you this though, young Cody. Well, first of all, I said that Nate McMillan should have gotten some consideration for Coach of the Year. And there's a lot of people who said he didn't coach long enough during the year. That's not his fault that Atlanta didn't realize they should have fired their coach earlier. Lloyd Price, right? That was the coach name. They should have fired him a long time ago. It's not our fault that Indiana was crazy enough to let Nate McMillan go and then fire the next Nate right after that 1 year later, which they underachieved. Nate McMillan is a very good coach, and he should be considered for Coach of the Year, especially since he defeated the person who got Coach of the Year in Tom Thibodeau up with New York, and now he's on the brink of putting out the #1 seeded team in the East. He's on the verge of doing that, young Cody. That's what a coach does. He adjusts. And in the second half of Game 4 and in the second half of Game 5, he has adjusted. And he's made the proper adjustments. There's no possible way you're going to stop Joel Embiid from coming. Didn't Joel Embiid score like 17 points in the first quarter? No possible way you're going to stop that. You don't have a player on your team that can stop that. And not only that, you don't have a double team defensive scheme to stop him because he's too talented. He's too talented. Joel Embiid's problem is he can't stay healthy. If Joel Embiid could stay healthy, young Cody, he would go down as the next Hakeem Olajuwon. If he could stay healthy, they would say greatest centers of all time, Hakeem Olajuwon and Joel Embiid. And I will stand on that till the day I die if he could stay healthy. But since he can't, I can't give it to him. So there's no possible way Clint Capella is going to stop him from scoring. He scored 17 points in the first quarter, right? In the second quarter, the Philadelphia 76ers took a 26-point lead. Here's the thing. And Brandon Scott from Sports 610 is going to be on air with us next week. When he's in here, I'm going to remind him to tell you what I told him at the Astros game last night. Because he said, man, the 76ers is blowing the Hawks out. I said, yeah, but the Hawks can do exactly what the Nets did and come back. And he's like, I don't know. I was like, I think so. So I just let it play itself out. And I was like, told you, you know why? Because unlike you, young Cody, I seen this. I seen it. You don't like sequels. That's the problem right there. You got a sequel last night, didn't you? You got a sequel from Game 4. And that's exactly what happened. Nate McMillan made adjustments in the second half of Game 4, and in Game 5, he made the necessary adjustments. You know, Cody, how do only 2 players for the 76ers score in the second half, young Cody? 2. 1, 2. And look, we're about to go to the break because I am not finished. I bet you thought I would be. Oh, no, I got more pettiness in me on right here on Sports Talk with Big Sarge. Pete Thursday. 2 players scored in the second half for you all last night. Joel Embiid, who fizzled out, and Seth Curry. They hit 12 shots in the second half, right? Joel Embiid hit 3. Seth Curry hit 9. Nobody else hit nothing. So you had 2 players. Do you know what the number 2 is also synonymous with? Ask yourself the amount of shots Ben Simmons has taken in the second half of Game 4 and Game 5. Let's see. Let me see how many shots he took next. How many he takes? Well, on the night, right? How much is Ben Simmons making?
A lot.
Yeah, Cody, he was 2 for 4. 2 for 4, young Cody, for the game. This is the same young man that was talking all this trash about Rudy Gobert. We're going to get to Rudy Gobert here a little bit later on. This is the same young man that you was talking trash about, that was talking trash to Rudy Gobert about what could nobody hold him, and I had 30-something points. Well, young Cody, does he have 30-something points in the 5 combined games in this series? He may have.
No, but I can tell you when he got 30.
What?
He got 30.
He's finna go to Cancun. Yeah, Cody, hold on. Also, if you can't help your team defensively and you can't help your team offensively, you should at least be able to shoot free throws. He can't shoot them. Yeah, Cody, he was 4 for 14 last night. Trash. No, way past terrible. Trash. What is it about LSU players? Because Shaq couldn't shoot them either.
I wouldn't even have a player.
I wouldn't even have Ben Simmons come to the game till it's time to play. And this is what I mean, young Cody, before we go to the break. This is what I mean by Doc Rivers is not a good coach. This is what I mean by he only excels when he has talent, and then he even messes that up. Because, hey, same team that he had last year is on the brink of going to the Western Conference Finals while he's on the brink of being put out the playoffs. And you love to say this, young Cody. Oh, because when the 76ers was doing well, y'all want to talk about the coach now? Yes, let's talk about the coach, young Cody. Yeah. Huh? Were you not campaigning and cheerleading for Doc Rivers when they was winning and you said, oh, yeah, y'all always want to talk bad about the coach. What about the coach now? I don't care if you're looking like a sad puppy. I'm not stopping. And you better not say I'm bullying you either.
Not bullying. I mean, everything you've already said.
Here's the problem, young Cody. Ben Simmons should be benched. And Doc Rivers won't pull the plug. And neither will Daryl Morey, and neither will Elton Brand. Trade value for what? Oh, I'm glad you said that. Golly, hold on, wait. No, hold on. I got to tell the producers that we're not going to break right quick. Y'all hold on for a second. We're not going to break. Young Cody, how crazy do Elton Brand and Daryl Morey look now for not trading Ben Simmons away for James Harden? James Harden wanted to go to Philly too. How crazy do they look now? And Ben Simmons, who traded for Ben Simmons now, young Cody? Who? Who's going to trade? Who is crazy enough to take on his contract and everything that comes with it? Ben Simmons needs to see a sports psychologist. Because there's no possible way you're this talented and you're scared to shoot. This is a mental thing, young Cody. He definitely has to go and sit down with somebody, and they have to move the blockage or whatever it is causing him to be afraid to shoot. Young Cody, you watch volleyball? You know when the ball comes over the net, it's coming down, you got to hit it back, right? That's how the ball looks. As soon as it touches Ben Simmons' hand, oh, I don't want it. Oh, I don't want it. Here, you take. I've seen him grab the ball. Young Cody, on last night, there was a play. Ben Simmons caught the ball. The lane open. He didn't even look down the lane. He waited for Steph Curry to come and gave him the ball. He doesn't do nothing, young Cody. But they're scared to bench him. Morey's scared to bench him. Elton Brand is scared to bench him. And Doc Rivers is scared to bench him. And what is benching him? What you going to do, hurt his feelings? Your feelings should already be hurt because you're not showing up when we need you. And we pay you $1 gazillion. To do what? Play defense. What did he make the all defensive team? And Trae Young cooked him? And you know what's gonna happen? It's probably gonna go 7. Philly can't beat this Hawks team 2 more games, young Cody.
You think it's going 7?
I think it's still going 7.
I think they're.
I think Joel Embiid could maybe will them to a game 7.
They're done. Joel Embiid didn't even talk to the beat.
What's he? See, I seen that. When's he scheduled though? Because sometimes these players don't talk because they're not scheduled.
He's the star. They definitely put him first on this.
So
now I guarantee you, if they won the game,
I don't know.
You talked about how he was 7 for 7. How this injury is not going to affect me, and everybody said, the injury affected him last game. No, he had a bad game. He had a bad game. Now he had a good game. You got to face the music, talk to the media, or just don't talk to me at all.
Young Cody, I'm going to the break. But before I do, I got a couple of more things I want to say. Really, not just one. Hey, what happened to Protein Shake last night? Where's Protein Shake been the last 2 games? Ain't that his name? Shake Weight, Steak and Shake, Milkshake, Chocolate Shake. What's his name? Shake him up.
He went to Sweet Blues Barbecue.
He went and got some lemon peppers from Magic City. I don't think we can talk about that on this gospel Christian radio station, but yeah, Cody, so in all honesty, this series should be over. They should have won 4-1. They should have won 4-1. But because Steak and Shake, or Shake 'em Up, or Shake Weight, Shake, Shaking, whatever his name is. What's his name? Milton? Yeah, because you came in and pumped him up, didn't you? I don't understand how you get selective amnesia when y'all lose.
I wasn't pumping him up like he was like the greatest point guard of all time.
Do I need to go to the video?
I don't want to say he's the greatest point guard of all time. He had a good game.
I told you, I don't even know who this guy is.
I'm not going to say everybody has a good game, because obviously we can see that not everybody has a good game. But he had a good game. He had a good shooting night. That's all it is.
Tune in to Sports Talk with Big Sarge right here. Praise on him. When we come back, I'm going to continue to give Cody this work because told that the 76ers. I remember there was a time where people was like, oh man, the 76ers can beat the Nets. The Nets don't play no defense. Who's going to stop Joel Embiid? I'm going to start calling you Cody Wright or Cody Wright or Nick Felix. You know who Nick Wright is? Yeah, you're gonna be Cody. You're Cody Wright. You're Cody Wright Jr. or whatever. We'll be back. Cody, you thought I wasn't gonna give you that work? We still live right here. You went live on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, they can still hear me? Cody still don't get this work. Tell Miss Patricia she can't save you from this one, bro. She can't save you. I know you did. After, look, when you knew y'all was gonna lose, young Cody, what were you saying to yourself? Sorry, I knew it when that's what it's good about. Wait, hold on. When what you call it, young Cody? Didn't he put him in when they thought when y'all was up by much a lot?
They're about 20. They went on 7 but they didn't start.
And that's why you never let your foot off nobody's neck.
And then I was like, well, why is Seth Curry taking the shot? Maybe, but I was like, Seth Curry's not going to bring home. And what's even worse is I think the referee.
All right, young Cody about to come back. Young Cody, this is Nate McMillan talking to Trey Young. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you Save my job.
I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm better. Much better. When I look back on all you wanted to do, I can see that you from the world.
Sing it, Nate. Tell him, Nate. Trey was there for me. I would have lost game 5 a long time ago. What are you? The Doc Rivers. They're the 76ers. Yeah, Cody, you can't get away from this. We taking them off after this. The Doc Rivers. Everybody out there know that the Atlanta Hawks the Doc Rivers. Sing it with me, Cody. That ain't what Ben Simmons said when he shoot free throws. Without Trey. But you was right there to win game 4 and 5. You were right there. You're gonna get this whole song, young Cody. This is post game right here. This is what he said to him post game.
Somebody just need to testify to something next to him. I'm strong.
Then Doc Rivers.
I'm wide.
Then Glenn Rivers.
I'm better.
Then Doc Rivers.
Much better. When I look back on what he brought me,
Second half, game 4 and 5.
I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. Now I'm stronger. Now I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. I made it. Being in this house, y'all don't need that.
No, Atlanta Hawks, y'all the only ones that can say this when it comes to you and the 76ers. Come on, young Cody. Come on, young Cody. Welcome back. You're tuned into Sports Talk with Big Sarge right here on Raise the Praise 100. Download the app at Raise the Praise 100 or listen to us on RaiseThePraise100.com. It is Petty Thursday. And in the barracks with me, I have
Young Cody.
Young Cody's in the barracks with me today. Raise the Praise is a gospel Christian radio station. I love it. It helps me, young Cody. It helps to balance me out between hypocrite and being saved. But I'm a saved hypocrite, and I gotta talk to my therapist about that. But it helps balance me out, young Cody. And sometimes there are just certain songs
that just move you, young Cody. It just gets inside your spirit and make you feel all good. And sometimes, you know, they say in gospel songs, because there's a difference between gospel and Christian. You know that, right? Gospel is black, Christian is white. That's the only difference. But Cody, you know, I mean, because you've been to church before, young Cody, you heard gospel songs. That's always a message, right? And I don't know if because that song was Devil Would Have Made It by Marvin Sapp. And I think that the remix was by Nate McMillan, head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. And I don't know if you caught the hidden messages in there because I sung them out loud. That's only because I could hear Nate. It's almost like I was channeling my inner Nate McMillan, especially from games 4 and 5. So it's almost like I was channeling that. And I almost like, even though he's in Atlanta right now and I'm here, it's like I feel like he was listening to the song at the same time. And I was just saying what he would have said if he was here in studio with us. Do you feel that way, you go? I could feel that. I could just like feel that he was stronger. He was wiser. He was better, much better. You, could you also feel that here, Cody? Now listen, this is a sports talk show where you and we talk sports and we'll talk different other types of things. It's Petty Thursday. We're going to get into some petty stuff here pretty soon. But yeah, Cody, because this is a sports talk radio show, right? I'm going to ask you because it ain't over until one team wins 4 games. Is there any possible way that you can see the 76ers winning this series? Like, in all honesty, I'm being serious now. Now I need to channel your inner sports analyst side.
Am I getting a percentage?
You can give whatever you want.
I think they're broken.
What do you mean by broken?
I think they're broken. Their body language just looks terrible. So I don't think they have a leader on that team to be like, hey guys, like I know we lost the last game, but we've been up on this team for so many games in a row. And Doc Rivers said it the other day. He was like, oh yeah, but Doc Rivers isn't the person to tell that to the team because he's doing just as bad a job as anybody else on the team. So I don't think they have any leaders on the team to be like, hey guys, let's go. And you really want your leader to be Danny Green, the one in the boot? I don't think so. I don't think so. Joel Embiid isn't the leader on the team. Ben Simmons can't tell nobody nothing. Because if he say something, I'll be like, dude, you missed 10 free throws. I got to make those with my eyes closed. Tobias Harris, only thing I can see is if Steph Curry is in place for Ben Simmons. I don't see them winning. You said it's going to game 7. I don't think they'll win another game.
So, let me ask you this question. Well, first of all, did you hear this? Like, there's some reports out there, and I haven't seen any verified, reports, but there's some reports out there that says that Doc Rivers is upset that they're hacking Ben Simmons.
Really? I could tell.
They said, why? Like, he's a superstar. Why are you doing it like that? Maybe that's just some backroom chatter, something like that. But
is he upset? Is that what they say? He's upset.
What?
Is he upset that they're hacking Ben Simmons, or is he upset that Ben Simmons is getting the free throw? I'm upset that he's not getting the free throw.
And that's the only way you're going to stop them from hacking. That's why I said earlier. Like, in all honesty, here, Cody, I feel like Ben Simmons should just go ahead and
stop playing basketball. I agree.
You think so?
Yeah, you should stop. If you don't love it, why do you keep doing it?
Was he balling when he was with Kendall Jenner? He's with Kendall Kylie.
He was playing the same way. He has not progressed. He's still the same LSU person.
It was Kendall, though, right?
1980.
It was Kendall.
It was Kendall. This is the same person that wanted to come out of high school straight to the NBA.
You think Kendall was sitting back and was like, oh, I'm glad I picked the right light skin. If he was Devin Booker.
I was thinking that.
Devin Booker going to the Western Conference Finals.
Hmm.
Devin Booker probably going to win a ring before. Like, woo, gotta get rid of that. But, and it's Petty Thursday right here on Sports Talk with Big Sarge. But in all honesty, yeah, Cody, let me tell you why I think it's over. Right? Oh, what? You're like, what have you been doing the last 30 minutes? Here's the thing. We harp on the fact that Ben Simmons didn't come up. It hasn't come through in none of these games, really, right? But Tobias Harris ain't playing either. So what happened to him, young Cody? Where's his mindset? So he should be able to be able.
That's the only 2 turnovers that he had. One where he got in the way of Joel Embiid.
And that's the thing, young Cody. He's looking, and if you're looking and you're seeing the fact that you should be able to, you should be able to take over. That you know that Ben has mentally checked out, but they don't have anybody else outside of Joel Embiid that's going to step up. Did you? And listen, because you put out you put out something on Twitter last night that said he ended the game. I thought his knee was hurt, but now look at him. He's balling out of control. That was during the first quarter, and he was like he was just having a bad game. Then he ended up having another bad second half. So is it the knee or is it exhaustion, like what Clint Capella said?
The thing is, like, I don't know. And this is why I say a point guard is, you can have a really good team of lives on. You have all those players. But if you don't have anybody to get him the ball, you don't have anybody to create space for him, it's null and void. Joel Embiid can't break down the ball and be like, hey, y'all get there, you do this. You do. All they got to do is pass him the ball. And if they double team him, what is he going to do? He's a big man who can't really, I mean, he could dribble, but he's not a point guard. You put Chris Paul, take Ben Simmons off the team, put Chris Paul on this team. Do you think he goes 4 for 14 if they hack him? No. Do you think he only shoots 4 shots?
Well,
and if he does shoot, no, Chris Paul, do you think he only shoots 4 shots? And if he does shoot 4 shots, he's going to have like 13, 14 assists, 15 assists, no turnovers.
If he was playing with the 76ers.
Yeah.
So which makes the 76ers organization even look worse because you had a guy that you could have brought there that would have been way better than Ben Simmons and James Harden.
Yeah.
And you said no. You said you're not giving up Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons maybe Ben Simmons' ego is fractured.
I'm done with the experiment. Name an experiment player that was drafted and they became really great. No experiment has ever been great in the NBA.
Experiment as far as
like, was LeBron James an experiment?
No, but I think LaMelo Ball is.
You think LaMelo Ball is an experiment?
I do.
I don't think he's an experiment because he's proven himself overseas that he can ball with, athletes that are not in, college or anything like that.
The reason why I call LaMelo Ball an experiment, and I like LaMelo Ball, don't get me wrong, and I'm so happy that he won Rookie of the Year, even though I think Anthony Evans should have won it. But I'm happy that he did, only so LeVar can be like, kiss my butt now, I told y'all. But so I think LaMelo Ball is a really good point guard because he sees the floor like his brother does. But I also think he's an offensive liability. I don't think that you can depend on him. He's better offensively than Ben Simmons, but by the same token, he can have Ben Simmons type nights. But then again, he's going to make up for it. What?
Playing game, yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to give him time because, he's a rookie. Even though he's been playing with grown men for a long time, he's still a rookie. And so if he can develop and do better, because I also seen him hit 7 threes against the Rockets. I've seen him have great offensive games, but I also seen Ben Simmons have great offensive games. And so I don't know. So LaMelo Ball is a experiment to me.
I don't know. When I say experiment, I mean like somebody like Andrew Wiggins. I don't think Andrew Wiggins is more of an experiment than Ben Simmons, but you go into the thing saying, oh, Andrew Wiggins, he's this high flyer. He can dunk. He can do all this. He can do it. But we can teach him how to shoot. No, you can't teach him You can teach him how to shoot, but he still doesn't have that dog. Like he doesn't look like he has the will to win.
Is Wiseman an
I
experiment?
think Wiseman is an experiment.
What about Kelly Oubre?
I don't think Kelly Oubre is what he is. He's a 3-and-D guy. He's a role player. He's never going to be the star of a team.
What about DeAndre Ayton before this year?
I think you already know what you were getting with DeAndre Ayton. That's why everybody wanted to pick him because
Cameron Payne.
I don't know. Those are role players. I mean, like, let's say you're the best player on your team.
So you're talking about top 10 picks?
Yes, I'm talking about like don't pick something like Lonzo Ball. Yes, he was good, but now what is he? He's a role player. he's an experiment. Like, yeah, he looked good with passing and all that, but you still had questions about his shot, and you were like, is he really gonna? I don't know if he's gonna pan out. You know what you're picking, is what I'm saying. Well, in those top 10 picks, you should know what you're getting.
And you're saying that when they took Ben #1, they didn't know what they were getting, but someone who played defense and maybe get to the rack every now and then.
Right, like Markelle Fultz. You knew you were getting a person who couldn't shoot, and you were like,
experiment. So
exactly. You knew what you were getting with that person.
And here's the thing, young Cody, and I'm glad you said that. And we're going to get ready to move away from this because, I feel like I've given you enough, grief over the fact, and I'm going to wait till next Tuesday after they're out of the playoffs so I can give you more. But young Cody, because I want to talk about a real player, Kevin Durant, later on. But look, here's the thing. Maybe, just maybe, right? Maybe, just maybe. Maybe it's just the 76ers organization. They haven't gotten it right since Allen Iverson.
You know what? You could be 100% right. I think the development for the 76ers for the last, ever since Allen Iverson has never been good.
Because
we're always giving away really good players that go win championships.
Or you're always getting players who have health issues. And so it seems like they're drafting names more than they're drafting. Like they got it right with Joel Embiid as far as talent is concerned.
That's after they drafted like 3 centers.
But they got it right with him. But he also didn't play the first 2 years of his career. Ben Simmons didn't play the first year of his career. Markelle Fultz was hurt, right? First of all, the scouts for the 76ers need to be fired. That's the first thing. All of them got to go. Even after this year, they got to go. Because you're not bringing in any. So I'll put it like this. I'm watching the 76ers, right? And so I'm going to give him his rightful due. I'm not going to mess up the name because now I want to be serious for a second before I go back to being petty. When I'm looking at a player like Maxey, right? So I don't think that Maxey is like a great talent. I just think that Maxey is one of those guys. He's a plug and play guy. So I don't think that the scouts went out and got a awesome talent. They just went and got a plug and play guy. Mm-hmm. Danny Green is a plug and play guy. Shake Milton. That's why I said I wasn't going to mess his name up. Plug and play guy. The Turkish trigger, as you like to call him, right? Right? Plug and play guy. Who else is on that team that's a plug and play?
Do you know why those are all plug and play guys, right?
Because they have Joel Embiid.
I would say the opposite. I would say because we have Ben Simmons. We have somebody who can't shoot. So now you have to put all shooters around that team.
But all these guys aren't great shooters, though.
The tough part about it is, though, the year prior, you had Al Horford. You had Josh Richardson on the team.
The one that ended up in Dallas.
Right. So now you're trying to scramble and fix the roster. But while you're scrambling and fixing the roster, you're still getting role players. Like, you're not getting anybody better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's better for the team, but are you really better? Like, it makes the team better. It makes the chemistry better. It makes whoever you put around that person better. But does it really make the team better?
You tell me, it's your team.
I don't know. I think you trade Ben Simmons, you cut him, you do. I'm tired of experimenting. Honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like, you just put him in the G League until he decides to shoot free throws better, until he decides to shoot the ball. Because if he's not going to shoot in the NBA, why? We're doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and coming out with the same exact result.
So here's the thing. I think I finally realized who the problem is. I got it. It's Elton Brand. So Elton Brand has been in 2016, he was named Player Development Consultant of the Philadelphia 76ers. On August 28, 2017, he was named General Manager of the G League team. And then in 2018, he was promoted to General Manager of the 76ers. It's Elton Brand. But then again, what would you expect? I mean, he came from Duke. They're not the greatest evaluators of talent either. You kind of like Duke? What? Cody, let me ask you a question here, Cody. Who's put better players in the NBA? North Carolina or Duke? So here's my thing.
No, where is he? Yeah, I know.
So I mean, I'm a North Carolina guy, and then when I look at it, I'm like, Duke doesn't prepare. I'll put it like this. Just say Kyrie Irving, right? How many games did Kyrie Irving really play for Duke?
He's a one.
And he was hurt. He came back like during the NCAA tournament, right? Jason Tatum, right? One and done guy, right? Christian Laettner. I'll put it like this. Even Grant Hill was the best. I think Grant Hill is the best Duke player to come out of Duke. Can you name a better player? And not only that, so even if you look at it, like I put it like this. I think that Coach K is a good coach. I think Coach K is a really good college coach. I don't think Coach K develops players for the NBA.
Yeah.
And so then what are you doing? What is college for? To prepare you for real life. For himself.
Exactly. That's
right? But you look at North Carolina. Michael Jordan. James Worthy. Antoine Jameson. Vince Carter. Rasheed Wallace. Jerry Stackhouse. Like these players go on to be great. Duke players just, we won the Final Four, or we won champion. I put it like this. What's the guy's name that's from Houston that played for Duke? I think he plays for Miami right now. They won a championship here in Houston. You remember when, was it here? No. He won a championship when he was with Duke, though. I think his name starts with a J. Oh my God, I can't think. I think he plays for Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, look, hold on. The fact that we can't even think who he is, you see how that works? Now, I'm not going to lie and say that over the past couple of years, North Carolina has put in some great players into the NBA, but I mean, yes. Who he play for? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So as we end this segment, young Cody, is there any last words you want to say?
I was kidding. It's 6 until AI comes back. But I'm ride with the ship.
You should. That ship been had a hole in it. You be thinking about it, young Cody. That ship has had a hole in it for how long?
For a long time. Ever since the process. We was low with the process, but still.
Is what you call still the process? I know what happened. Look, hold on. We're about to go to break. I know what happened to Joel Embiid. Brianna dissed him.
Sorry.
Well, they're definitely going to get swept by the Nets.
They'll definitely get swept by the Nets.
Hey, so when we come back from the break, I will let you decide. Do you want us to talk about the Clippers and the Jags, or you want to talk about the Nets and the Bucks?
Well, I watched the Nets and the Bucks game. So.
Yeah, Cole, let me find out you got Philadelphia 76 pajamas. You definitely sleep in a big T-shirt with Dr. J on the front. They lost in front of Dr. J and Allen Iverson. You don't lose in front of the heart and soul. What was the Kimbe? Was he there? Who rung the bell last night?
I don't know.
I know who rung it. Nate McMillan.
We'll be back.